So phase 1, 10 promised 100 days. Second phase, 60 promises, 5 years. I repeated this 3 times because of its importance. Now let's go to the 60 promises within the 5 years. We have up to 5 years to fulfill the promises in the phase 2, right? 5 years. But that doesn't mean we are going to take 5 years to promise each and every one of the promises. And I'll give you another example. Toll. Everybody talking about abolishment of toll, right? So if you look into our manifesto here, we said we need to look at the concession agreement, we need to blah 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 and so on in detail. And this is being very detailedly studied. Okay. When you talk about toll, there are 2 types of toll. Intercity and intracity. What is intercity? There's the plus highway lah. From here, KL to Ipoh lah, Ipoh to Alustar lah and all that, right? So that is the intercity. Intracity is actually within the city, like LDP, Penjalaling and so on. So when we look at the concession, we are now studying the agreement. For now, it looks like most of it is lopsided. For now. We need to study a little bit more. Now, what we are going to study is to ensure that when we do that, we will not harm the greater economy of the people. Remember, who owns toll? EPM, huh? You must remember that. Huh? It will have a far-reaching implications financially. Now, coming to the toll. In terms of intercity, why the toll keep on increasing? Why is it expensive? Are you aware of why the reason? The off-cited reason is maintenance. We found out what costs 300,000 ringgit as a maintenance cost is being billed as 3 million ringgit. Contracts are being awarded to certain people, certain groups. Sometimes it's called Ketua Biro Strategi, those kind of things. So we are now looking at how to make sure the maintenance costs will remain low through official tendering process.
How significant is the cost inflation?
Huge. Boss, 300,000 ringgit to 3 million ringgit, what's the percentage?
I mean, that's an example. I mean, generally, how...
You can use that as an example.
1,000.
Thereabout. That cost inflation of maintenance is immense. Because there's no open tender. It's being given to certain friendly parties, right? Usually Ketua Biro. Sometimes they returf stretch of road when they don't have to. It's okay, but they returf because they need to dish out contracts. So these are the things with regards to the intercity. We believe that if we work very hard, we introduce a proper tendering system, we bring down the maintenance cost, we can either maintain the toll or lower the toll cost for the intercity. For the intracity is something that we have to really study and to see what will happen if we take over, the government take over. And this is where some studies that require a lot of detailed financing situation. Now, having said that, the toll comes under the phase 2, not in the phase 1. So we have up to 5 years. Again, that doesn't mean we need to wait until 5 years. I think the intercity toll we've studied quite at length, and we should be able to come up with certain ways to make sure that the toll either do not increase anymore or maintain at a certain level. As far as the intracity toll, this is something that requires a little bit more detailed study.
Since you're already on the topic of toll, if I may point out, a few tolls probably come online, probably 2020, 2021, ISUKI, Dash and all that. Yes, it was approved by the previous Kenyan government, but if it comes online under Harapan's tenure, which may lead people to blame Harapan. So, is there any contingency or any plans to manage that?
You see, when you talk about inheritance, this is the inheritance we got. Some people inherit asset, some people inherit liabilities like this. These are contracts signed. And when the government comes in, whether, remember, in Malaysia, they don't differentiate between government and administration because for far too long, one person has been the government and the administration. But we must understand, the government is government. The administration comes and goes, supposedly, under democracy. So the new administration is Pakatan Harapan. We've inherited this. We have to look at the agreement. If the agreement is signed, we need to order based on government to the entity. But we need to again try to renegotiate. One of the promises that we've made is that to renegotiate contracts that is not fair to the government. So, and some of the most sensitive one is UEC lah. UEC, they keep on saying why, but if you read it very carefully, it is very clearly stated that UEC will be recognized, but it must go through fulfill the condition and must go through the accreditation process. Kalau tidak, tomorrow UPC will come, UMC will come, UDC will come. They will say, hey, you UEC recognize, why cannot? Then the Tamil guys will come, hey, UTC also cannot recognize. Punjabi will say, I want to start Punjabi school, UPC also can. So there must be an accreditation process, right? So Lembaga Akreditasi Negara is there. So what they need to do? Remember I said? It's very clearly stated in page 107, Promise 50, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 paragraph. Very clearly stated that UEC certificate will be recognized provided that they have a credit in Bahasa Malaysia at the SPM level. And for this purpose, the UEC certificate will be assessed to be equivalent to the existing general qualification for entry into IPTA. What is the existing general qualification? 4, you must pass the BM, you must pass the, over and above the BM, credit in the BM, you must have a credit in mathematics, science and history. This is a general qualification, right? So that's all. And the process of accreditation will be done by Lembaga Akreditasi Negara. So finally Mazli spoke the same language that I spoke. They have been speaking for months. Many people ask me about UEC, right? I keep on telling you the same thing. I'm very consistent. This is the book that people should read to understand what is our manifesto is all about. Now the problem is orang tak baca, they don't read, and when they don't read, they comment. That's the problem.